What if I told you that a single song, just one song, has been echoing through the world for more than 2 years without fading for even a moment? That song is Jungkook's Seven. From the summer of 2023 until now, that track didn't just chart, it lived on the charts. Billboard's Global 200 and Global X-Gold US charts week after week after week until the numbers became unbelievable. 119 weeks, 120 weeks. Not one Asian artist in history has ever done that before. Not a group, not a solo, not anyone. And yet, Jungkook did it with his first solo debut song. But that's just the beginning. When Seven first dropped, the world fell into that rhythm instantly. The heartbeat tempo, the effortless vocals, the part of the chorus that no matter where you are, something in your chest just opens when it hits. And while the world kept playing it, Jungkook kept making history. No. One on Billboard Hot 100, an achievement even legendary Western artists struggle to touch. Number 3 on the UK official singles chart, the first time for a K-pop soloist ever. And then, something even more historic. He became the first solo artist in the world to have not one, not two, but 3 songs all reaching number 1 on both Billboard global charts in a single year. 7, 3D, and Standing Next to You. One after another. His voice just kept circling the planet. But let's talk Spotify, because this is where the scale gets unreal. Seven has now been charting globally for 120 weeks. That's over 2 years of constant streaming, unbroken, unfaded, unforgotten. And Jungkook's album Golden? It has stayed on the global album charts for 104 weeks. That's 2 years of an album refusing to leave. Seven has crossed 2.6 billion streams. Golden has passed 6.2 billion streams. And do you know what that means? It means there are millions of people somewhere in the world at any given moment pressing play. Before sleep, during a long drive, while crying, while living, while loving. This isn't just popularity, it's presence. Jungkook didn't just debut as a solo artist. He stepped out alone, without the group beside him, with the world watching and waiting. And instead of stumbling, he rewrote the record books of an entire continent. He became the first. The longest, the highest, the fastest. But what makes the story truly unforgettable is this. He didn't do it by pushing harder. He did it by being himself. His voice, his sincerity, his warmth, his golden instinct for music. Sometimes you don't need a storm to change the world. You just need a song that refuses to fade. And Jungkook's song is still playing.